getting some of the fat out because it was real greasy.
That looks good. So Costco introduced a new little quick grab food thing, and it's gyros. And I was like, oh, we're going to try those. So that's what we're trying tonight with Alex and Haley.
We're your little worker bees.
They are our worker bees because we've been... God, let me just show you. Let me just show you. Oh God, let me just show you. Oh, there we go.
Tune in Sundays for tabletop streams. Oh wait.
Let me show you something else. I haven't talked about this, although anyone who's paying real close attention probably has figured it out by now. But let me just show you. I don't know if you see this, but we weren't robbed. We have to move yet again. I'll tell you all about that. We do have to move again. I need to eat some food. Alex and Haley have been helping us get some initial packing done, which is really, really nice. Once we finish the stream tonight, I'll have the mental energy to explain what's happening. For now,
It's ready.
That looks really good. All right, let's eat that. Just try and keep it steady. Oh! Oh, so close. That one was close.
This wall just came out of nowhere.
Why won't this wall kill my bird? Plunk. A few hours later, and Mario is done. I mean, the game's not done, but we're done with the stream, and we probably only have maybe one stream left. I think there's 15 or so odd stars to get, so not a whole lot of them. Maybe next week we'll wrap up the game. I don't know. Green screen is still down because, to be honest, I usually don't pull it up until the morning of breakfast stream. It takes two people to do also, so it's a little inconvenient. So usually before breakfast stream, I'll finally put it up and put the green stuff away. Anyway, that's not what you care about. You're curious about, like, what the heck's going on with the moving thing. So back in mid-February, there was a vlog that alluded to this in a heavy way, and that was mid-February. It's like February 13th, maybe. And I had made a point there of like, hey, at some point I'll have something to talk about, and you'll be able to come back and look at this specific vlog and be like, that's when it was. Well, that's when it was. We were told then that the owner of the house wanted to move back in to the house. And we're renting this place, and we're renting it from a rental company. And how that works is that the owners of the houses turn the stuff over to the rental company. The rental company handles all of that. So the owner moved somewhere and lived there, and then didn't live there very long and was like, actually, I want to come back. And that is this place. So that sucks a lot because we really didn't live here all that long. This is actually the shortest amount of time that we've ever lived somewhere. It's nothing broke the lease. Like, we still have until the end of our lease, but our lease started June 1st. We didn't really get started like moving things until the end of June because that's just what our timetable was. And we didn't start really living here until July. So from July until February, I don't know what that is, but that's not a lot of time. What is that, like 8 months at most? So like we had lived here basically 8 months before we got the news of like, you have to move. So that sucked. That was not great. And, the good news is we had until the end of May, and we still do have until the end of May. But we also we have a lot of stuff to move, and moving is a whole process. So behind the scenes over the past few weeks, Mal and I have been, working on it. When we went to we got this news, and then we were like, okay, we're going to have to basically wait until after Coliseum. So we went to TRG Coliseum, and we were like, crap, when we get back, we're going to need to really dig into this and find a place to live. So that's what we did. When we came back from the Runaway Guys Coliseum, we started to, try and find a place. And simultaneously, in addition to that, like start finding all of the other things that you need, because you have to order boxes and get started on that. You have to find movers, because after last time and having our stuff professionally moved, we realized that like we can never move on our own again. Like it's so difficult because there's so much stuff here. So we knew that we needed movers, although we were, happy about the fact that since we were going to move, it was going to be local this time, because last time we moved to Myrtle Beach, and Myrtle Beach is 3 hours away. So moving 3 hours is a lot harder than moving, just a few minutes. And I'm probably bouncing around a lot, but that's because I have a lot of stuff on my head. That is the good news, right? We are moving not that far away. We're obviously still staying in Raleigh. We still want to be near our friends. This whole situation sucks a lot to just be like, hey, now you got to move. Because I really was thinking that we'd be here for a few years. We were really just kind of getting settled in. It wasn't that long ago that we started getting the final bits of furniture up. We got the coffee bar up. I had never actually unpacked my office. I still had boxes on the floor because I hadn't gotten around to it. But we did a lot of cool stuff in here. I mean, the loft is great. It's been a great space for streaming. We got that all set up. We set up the tabletop area until we tore it down today. For the last 6 months, we've done tabletop streams twice a month, and that's been really wonderful. So, like, there's been a lot that has occurred in this house, and it's been good in the time that we've had it. It just sucks because I had more that I wanted to do. We won't get to do it because we have to move. But again, the good news is it's a local move. We have friends around to help us. Like Alex and Haley were here packing, which is huge. It's so wonderful to have people around that can help us get everything ready and move it, etc. Professional movers are going to be taking care of the big stuff, but I mean, you know me, like my equipment, I'm handling my equipment. And we actually had a mover, like estimator, come through and walk through and see everything. And they were like, I told him, I said, I'm going to be handling the equipment. And he was like, it's for the best. And it is. Because it's my stuff, and I want, if it's going to, I'm not going to break it, but also if someone's going to break it, it better be me, because if it's going to be someone else, then it's going to be terrible. So as before, I'll be handling the equipment, I'll be handling the games, which I count as equipment, but movers will be handling everything else. And, we're staying local. It's actually, there are some benefits to this move. We're going to be closer to friends than we were before, which is great. That's a wonderful thing. That's one of the things that we moved to Raleigh for. Probably, I would say the thing that we moved to Raleigh for was being close to friends. So we're going to be even closer than we were. So that's good. The house, at some point, I don't know when I'm going to get around to it, but at some point I'll actually show where we're moving, because we do have a place that we have signed a lease for now. I will show it at some point. But it's not a super huge priority at the moment because for one, it's empty. And then also I've got a bunch of other stuff to deal with here, but that's coming probably closer to the end of the month. So stay tuned. That's something that, patrons know everything early. That's the perk of patronage, is that they don't really get exclusive information so much as they just get information early. And, they know about it and they've seen the house and stuff. And I'm excited about it because I think it honestly is a better space for us. It is. It's one of those things that, like, even though we have to move and it's somewhat sudden and the process of moving sucks, especially when you're not even really fully moved in. Like, that's all bad, true. But we've really tried hard to turn it into something that will be positive. And the fact that it is a better space for us, and I think when you see the house, you'll agree. And the fact that we're going to be closer to friends, I mean, that's good. That's really good. Our timeline right now is that we're going to be here long enough to wrap up Mario. which I don't know if that sounds ridiculous or not, but like that's work. Twitch is work, and like we're trying to not segment the actual series. So we're being here long enough to wrap up Mario, and then we want to have moved to the new place and get everything set up at least for streaming by the time Zelda comes out, because we want to be able to stream Zelda. So that's the plan. That's the plan. And obviously there's a lot more to talk about, but I wanted to at least finally get it out there. I'm sure some of you just could tell that this was coming, but yeah, it sucks. I know that there were some people that had been like, oh, maybe they finally got a place of their own. No. No, it's still a rental. I was planning to be here for a few years before we made that, decision of like, because it would be great. It'd be great to own a home. That'd be wonderful. But like, we really needed a few years, and instead we got one. We got one. So we're moving again. It's another rental. The circumstances surrounding it aren't great, but at least I think ultimately it'll be a positive move, and I'm holding out hope for that. Oh, and one other thing, and I think this is kind of a big deal. The place that we got, we have a 2-year lease. That's a big deal. And that just helps ensure that this won't happen again. I mean, it can happen after 2 years, but this weird, bizarre thing that has happened to us now twice, because it happened to us in 2019, it's happening to us now, twice, of someone being like, I want to move back into my house. It can't happen for at least 2 years in the new spot. So, and I mean, hopefully it just won't happen, but you never know. Okay, that's it. Now you're all caught up on what's been going on, and that might help explain some things. If things have been late, if things have been weird, if it's been like, why isn't Steven getting vlogs out? That's weird. He should have time to work on it. That's because there's been a crap load of other stuff going on behind the scenes. A lot. In fact, there's more than I'm even talking about at this particular moment in time, but I'm going to save it for when we finally get the move in, like, done. When it's finally said and done, we're finally in there, and I can talk a little bit more about like, this is the whole process of getting this place and moving, then I will. But until then, I'll just kind of say it's a work in progress. It has been very stressful. March was stressful, but March will pale in comparison to how stressful April will be. And that's just because this is the month where we have to pack. This is the month that we have to move. And it sucks. But good things in the future. I gotta stay positive. I gotta do my best to stay positive, because I do like the new place, and good things are on the way. We're gonna get settled in there. We're gonna make it better than we've ever had things before. I have had new stream ideas that I was, honest to God, on the cusp of working on in this place when all of this happened. Like, seriously, me and Chaz had been discussing like what the next step of the streams were going to be, and I was like, oh, we're going to do this, and he's like, yeah. And that's when it was like, you have to move. So like, that really derailed things in a way that pissed me off, but like, that's okay, because when we move, we will proceed with our plans, and they'll be fun. It'll ultimately be okay. Just got to get through this bullcrap first. Don't we? You're the other one I'm worried about, because like, you don't know what's coming. Although he did adjust extremely quickly to this place, like 24 hours. He really took to this place really quick. So I'm crossing my fingers real hard that he'll take to the new place too. That's what I'm hopeful for, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, that was a mouthful. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Lots of packing, lots of moving, and of course I'll show you the new place soon. It's fine. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?